Imagine having the opportunity to work on a commercial airplane while still in high school, or being able to take steps towards passing your bar at the age of 16, or giving back to your community on the weekends through various programs. All of these become a reality at the Epic Sparks campus. My name is Neo Crooks, and I enjoy how architecture can take on so many forms, yet serve a similar function in an artistic way.
My name is Maddie Meyer, and I love architecture because it comes with natural constraints, which forces you to visualize things differently and be more creative.
My name is Cole Delaney. I'm passionate about understanding how buildings work, especially their systems and spatial layouts, including elevators, stairs, and circulation pathways.
This is our Epic Sparks campus logo. We designed it to be reflective of the original Epic campus logo while also being unique. The background of our logo features an orange circle and arc, which represents the sun. And the central part of our logo serves a dual purpose. Its sharp angles represent the Colorado Rocky Mountains, while the vertical blocks and lines incorporates the industrial side of Colorado. This combination reflects our Sparks campus as it is highly sustainable with industrial-inspired architecture.
To start our project, we decided to ask the community what they would like to see in an expansion of the Epic campus. We asked them to rate the following programs on a scale of 1 to 8 of what they would like to see most. We also asked if Epic Spark should include a restaurant, with a majority of people saying yes. In addition, we also asked them if the restaurant should be open to the public on the weekend, with 71% saying yes. Creating a program helped us develop what pathways we would be adding to the new expanded Epic. This included transport, first responders, law, and culinary. The pathways crossed out on this chart were unable to fit into our final campus due to lack of space.
Looking at the existing conditions, we have a car dealership adjacent to the current Epic campus, complete with its service center. There's also a small strip mall on the other side. Epic Sparks will be situated on these two properties. Our design will drastically reduce the amount of pavement and replace it with green spaces and new educational buildings. This will create a complete expanded campus that seamlessly interfaces with the existing Epic campus. Here are some pictures of the current Epic campus, which opened in August 2023. It consists of two large square buildings with a rectangular courtyard between them. The west building contains the business, health, teaching, and natural resource pathways. The east building has all of the fun stuff like construction trades, architecture, aerospace, and computer science. The campus prominently features reused orange steel beams and generous green spaces. Epic has a strong industrial theme blended with modern elements. Before Epic occupied the site, it was home to a Jaguar dealership that closed many years ago. Littleton Public Schools chose to repurpose the existing dealership and service center buildings rather than demolish and rebuild from scratch.
Conducting a thorough site analysis was essential to the success of this project, as it allowed us to identify key conditions that directly influenced our architectural decisions. By understanding the traffic patterns and the busyness of the surrounding roads, we were able to strategically design the courtyard to be protected from noise and create a more comfortable environment for students. Additionally, the new campus was planned to exist seamlessly alongside the current Epic campus, ensuring continuity and accessibility. By analyzing the sun path from east to west, we were able to maximize natural daylight and reduce the reliance on artificial light. We also identified stunning views of the Rocky Mountain west to the west, which became an important feature in shaping the orientation and experience of the campus. The Littleton Public High Schools are already seamlessly connected to the current Epic campus, and the Epic Sparks campus will continue to build on that success by utilizing the existing transportation system. While students have the option to drive, we encourage the use of the established bus system as it reduces carbon emissions and minimizes parking demands. Epic's current half-day schedule works effectively alongside the school's A-B day system, giving students a break from traditional classroom environments and creating a more engaging learning experience. Epic Sparks represents the future of education by prioritizing hands-on learning over long hours behind a desk. Instead of sitting through lectures, students will be actively working in kitchens, courtrooms, workshops, and automotive labs, only returning to desks when necessary for testing and certifications that directly prepare them for real world success. When students do participate in lectures, they will have the opportunity to learn directly from industry partners and local businesses. Leaders who partner with Epic to provide internships, mentorships, and real world experience before students commit to a specific career path.
Our four main buildings are centered around a courtyard. Our transport building has two large classrooms for aviation and auto. Our law building and emergency response building are connected with classrooms, and our culinary building features a restaurant and kitchens. After we completed our bubble diagram, we moved on to massing. We used large blocks to lay out the general idea of where we wanted our buildings to go, and then we refined it with Legos. We wanted the Epic Sparks campus to reflect the Epic campus and its vibe, so we wanted to bring in the industrial side with the use of metal, while also incorporating greenery and lots of windows for natural light. Additionally, we wanted to use wood to soften the Epic Sparks campus and bring a more natural feel to it.
We created a 3D site model using 3D printed building masses and paper. The blue buildings represent the existing Epic campus with the courtyard between them. The green buildings show the current car dealership structures and all the surrounding paving. The orange buildings indicate our proposed additions. You can clearly see the three main pathways: the culinary path, which includes a restaurant, the transportation path, which houses our planes and cars tech courses, and the first responders and law building, which will include spaces for police, fire, and EMT classes, along with the law areas. This is the bird's eye view of Epic Sparks. Here is the culinary building. And here's the transportation building. And this is the first responders and law building.
This is the SketchUp model for the transportation building, located closest to the current Epic campus and is designed to support the aviation and automotive mechanic pathways. In addition to serving students, the building remains open on the weekends to the community, allowing local residents to bring their vehicles in for maintenance and creating valuable real-world learning opportunities for students. This is the floor plan for the transportation building. On floor 1, to the left, is the automotive mechanic garage, while the right side houses the aviation workshop. In the center of the building, there are central support spaces, including offices, restrooms, janitorial rooms, and other service areas. The second floor features two large atriums that allow students to observe and explore each pathway before enrolling. Above the central core, there are also two flexible classrooms spacing designed for certification testing and bookwork. Here are renderings of the transport building. An architectural choice that was made was the tall white vertical fins that represent airplane wings. These fins also serve a functional purpose of being able to adjust for daylight by moving side to side. In addition, the skylights on top of the garages and the lobby allow for daylight to come in and reduce the amount of need for artificial light.
Our first response and law building are connected by a patio, which encourages student interaction and movement, and also bridges the gap between these two different career pathways. First response building has two large hands-on classrooms, a small gym, and a simulator room for situations that cannot be recreated at the school. We also have a first response classroom and a large multi-purpose area with flexible furniture. We have two smaller classrooms for bookwork, and our law classroom contains a mock courtroom which prepares students for the pressures of working and being in an actual courtroom. These are the renderings for the first response and law building. Some architectural design choices that we made were to have large mountain-like windows above the entrance to the first response building to reflect the Colorado Rockies as well as our logo. We also have 4 large garage doors that can be opened for better airflow, and 3 large bow windows that bring in a lot of natural light and reduce our reliance on artificial lighting, as well as making the space feel bigger.
This is the culinary building, which features our restaurant called Silt. The name draws from both salt and silt from the earth. It also pays homage to the island of Silt off the coast of Germany, known for its outstanding seafood cuisine. Here are the floor plans. At the front of the building, there's a large dining area with a host station, seating for guests waiting to be seated, restrooms, and stairs. In the back half, we have 2 large kitchens where students will both learn and work, along with dish and back of house areas, pantries, refrigerators, and freezers, teacher offices, and staff rooms with lockers for student workers. There's also a student entrance from the courtyard at the very rear of the building. On the second floor, there's a very open, rentable space featuring a peaceful outdoor terrace overlooking the courtyard and trees. At the bottom is the front elevation of Silt, which highlights some compelling architecture choices, such as support columns that continue all the way through the roof. This gives pedestrians a sense of the structure while adding verticality to what would otherwise be a very boxy building. At the top, you can see an interior view that showcases 3 continuous themes in Silt: the grass at the bottom symbolizing the earth and ground, a recessed linear wave ceiling representing the sea, and large blue windows that evoke the sky. Recognizing that students learn in different ways, we've designed our classrooms and furniture to be highly flexible. This allows the learning environment to adapt to each student's specific needs, comfortably supporting both independent and group learning.
The Epic Sparks campus will have solar covered parking to provide shade for vehicles while also providing power to the campus. We will use native plants to support local biodiversity while also reducing the water needed for irrigation. We will implement smart systems to lower overall water usage and use a gray water recycling system that will repurpose gray water for irrigation. We will also use permeable pavers that will allow the rainwater to filter back into the ground, reducing the runoff from our site and also cooling. We will also use recycled materials from other sites. Additionally, we will integrate nature and plants to reduce the heat island effect.
Thank you so much for listening, and we hope we sparked your imagination.